Hey guys, John Holiday here. I'm going to do another video, YouTube. I am going to explain today what the cash flow quadrants are. So let's get started. Let's see. Robert Kiyosaki does a great job of explaining these, but I figure I put my little 2 cents worth in on it. And I learned most of this from him. He has a book called The Cashflow Quadrants by Robert Kiyosaki. If you hadn't read it, it's worth reading. Basically, the cash flow quadrants is how we earn money. Each one of these four boxes is the genres or areas of how money gets into our life. And money's kind of important if you hadn't figured that out. We're an economy-based or money-based economy, and it takes money to make the world go round. So let's go ahead and get started. Up here in the left corner is E. E stands for employee. And basically, employee means you work for somebody else. And that's probably 90% of the world right there works for somebody else. The bottom left quadrant is the S quadrant, and that stands for self-employed. I can't write. Or small business. That basically means you work for yourself. So as an employee, you work for somebody else. As a small business owner or self-employed, you work for yourself. Whether you're an employee or self-employed, you basically have the same mechanism. You're still working either hourly or by a salary or by a set rate. And what that's commonly referred to is active income. Basically, active income means that you trade your time for money. If you hadn't gone on my YouTube channel and watched my SpongeBob diagram, it'd be a good time to do that after this. That explains a little bit about time and money and time and how it relates to your life and everything. Over on this side right here, the active income, whether you're an employee or self-employed, you're always trading time for money. So basically, if you get paid $20 an hour and you work for someone else, then every hour you go to work, you trade that hour for $20. If you're self-employed and your hourly rate or you charge for a job $25 an hour and it's going to take you 4 hours, then you charge the person $100. Those are called man hours. And so whether you're self-employed or work for someone else, you're still trading hours for dollars. There's pro and con for each one of these. And like I said, about 90% of the world is employed, and about 5% of the world, that might not be right. I'm guessing here. You know that 90% of all statistics are made up on the spot, but these are actually real statistics. Not sure if what they are, but it's a high percentage. I know both of these two make up 95%, so I don't know how many is actually employed versus self-employed. But there's pro and con to each. The pro to being an employee is it has a floor. And this is a metaphor. Floor means there's something to stand on. Basically, if you go to work and you're guaranteed X amount of hours at X amount of rate, you're going to bring home X amount of money. That's a floor. It also means that there's a ceiling. And a ceiling is no matter how many hours you work, if you work the max amount of hours, take out the max amount of taxes, you're going to hit a ceiling at some point. So that's the pro and that's the con of being an employee. floor, ceiling. The pro and con to being self-employed is there is no floor and there is no ceiling. The fact that there's no ceiling is the pro. Sky's the limit. The fact that there's no floor is the con. So one month you might be broke and the next month you might be making a six-figure. Just depends. Either way, you're going to constantly be trading time for money. So this is what's called the active income side. So you're trading your hours or your time for the dollars that you need to function throughout life. So that is active income. Now, if you notice, we're only halfway done with the equation. The other side is what's known as passive income. And basically, passive income means that you don't get out of time. Every minute of your life is time consuming. But basically, you leverage your time for money. It's got a little seesaw going on here. So basically, you invest your time on the front end, and it leverages money on the back end for long periods of time. So let's go ahead and explain what the passive side is all about. The first one is what's called the B quadrant, or what we call business systems. So let me write that somewhere. Business systems, there's actually three of them. There is what's referred to as big business. And big business is like when you develop a humongous mega business, like the person that started Dell Computer, Michael Dell. That's a big business. So he has a business system in place that pays him a passive income. People like Bill Gates, who started Microsoft. People that's been around a long time and started big businesses, those have business systems in place. The second area in business is franchise. That's pretty self-explanatory. Most of us know what a franchise is. McDonald's is a franchise. It has a business system in place. Anyone can own a McDonald's. You call the McDonald's Corporation, you interview with them, and you pay $1.4 million, and over a period of time, you buy that franchise. Does it guarantee your success? No. But with the system in place, a tried and true system, usually the success rate in a franchise is pretty high. The third category under business systems is network marketing. Now, network marketing used to have a bad name a long time ago. People go, oh, that's just a sham, a scam, or a scheme, whatever. Nowadays, it's pretty valid. I mean, you meet a lot of people that's making lots of money in network marketing, and it's just not fast money. It's a legitimate business. Basically, it covers the genre of any home-based business. So whether you have a traditional network marketing type business like Shackley or Amway, or you have more like a direct sales type business like Mary Kay or Primerica, or there's several different ones out there. They're all legitimate businesses. They've been around a while. So if home-based business is something, there's a lot of benefits to that, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. The last category is I. and I is for investments. And there's basically three types of investments. Remember, we're investing our time to leverage our money to give us more money. The three types of investments are right today. Stock market, the real estate, and royalties. Most people think they know about the stock market and real estate, so I'll talk about royalties and then I'll work backwards. Royalties are like if you're an actor or actress, or if you write a book, or if you develop something or patent something, those become items that pay a passive income through royalties. So, for example, I just happen to have one right here on the table. A book. Here's a book called $2.99, and it's written by this guy named Glenn Tate. Glenn Tate's written several books. Every time he writes a book and one of those books sells, he gets a royalty off of that book. Now, I don't remember who his publisher is, but the publisher is in charge of printing those books and selling those books. Glenn Tate gets a royalty off of those books every single time one of them sells. So basically, Glenn Tate spent a lot of time up front writing that book. That's where time comes in. And now he's reaping the benefits of the money. So that's a form of passive income. The stock market kind of works the same way. You spend a lot of time investing in or doing research in different stocks and figuring out what you need to buy or how you need to do it or whatever. And then over time, that stock keeps paying a dividend, or it makes a lot of money, a capital gain over X amount of time. Same way with real estate. You spend a lot of time fixing up a rental property. You spend a lot of time fixing up a house and flipping it. Either way, that's how real estate works. So that's pretty self-explanatory. So over here we have passive income. Over here we have active income. Now, this matrix works kind of like this. Across the top here is the E and the B. Those are both system-oriented. So basically, if you're an employee and you work for somebody, they have a system in place. As long as you abide by their system and do a good job, you pretty much have a job. Business systems, they have systems in place. So whether it's big business, a franchise, or network marketing, they have a specific way they want you to do business. So both the E and the B category are system oriented. So there's a very distinct advantage to having a system in place. Now down here, the S and the I, there's a very distinct disadvantage for them. They are skill oriented. And because they're skill oriented, it requires a skill. So if you have a small business or if you're self-employed, you better have a talent. You better be a plumber. You better have something that you can go out and be self-employed with. Same way for investing. If you don't have skills in the stock market, real estate, or if you haven't developed a skill that's going to give you a royalty, then the S and the I categories are pretty much a waste of time. So maybe you need to develop systems, or maybe you need to develop skills. So here's the cash flow quadrants. You got the E quadrant up here. You got the S quadrant. They're both active income. Over here you have the B quadrant and the I quadrant, and they're both passive income. Active income trades time for money, whereas passive income leverages time for money. The E quadrant and the B quadrant, they're both system oriented, and the S quadrant and the I quadrant, they're both skill oriented. So that's pretty much a good overview of the cash flow quadrants. There's several good videos out there on YouTube about cash flow quadrants, and Robert Kiyosaki explains it best. He's the one that invented this. So there's my 15 minutes worth of the cash flow quadrants. There'll be more to come. If you haven't gone to my channel and watched my SpongeBob diagrams and all the other different ones there, they're pretty interesting. So anyway, y'all have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.